All right, so it's that time of the year again. It's fall. It's going to be almost winter. But when it comes to fall or winter, I think Sandalwood just has the perfect creations for this time of the year. And today I have another one for you from Sandalwood. So, as you all know, I did a review of Plumbing Cognac, which won the 2021 Perfume Extraordinaire of the Year. If you guys haven't seen that video, make sure to check it out. I will put the link of that video at the end of this review. But today, I'm going to review another fantastic creation from Sandalwood, which also made a great impression on me the first time I put my nose on it. This house, interestingly, has three names: Sandalwood, L'Âme du Bois, and Shirin-Yoku. Now, if you would like to know more about Sandalwood, please check out my Oak and Oak review, which I go in depth of the company and their process of how they create their fragrances. I will also put the link of that video at the end of this review as well. Initially, I received some samples from Fabrice, the founder of Sandalwood, in 2020, which I ended up liking Plumbing Cognac the most out of all three samples that he sent me. And they look like this, the samples, as you guys can see. And he didn't put any names on them. He just put numbers on it, which I thought it was really interesting because I wasn't influenced by the name of it. And it just made the whole entire experience really fun, and it was such a new thing for me to go about smelling fragrances. I think it's a great way to not know the name, because I think the name or the bottle really influences people, and just getting samples like this and smelling them, it really puts your mind into the actual scent, and you kind of just concentrate of the actual fragrance to see if you really like it or not. So as I mentioned, I ended up liking Plumbing Cognac the most out of all the three samples that I received. But after Plumbing Cognac, the second one that impressed me the most was actually Sandalwood in Oak. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back, and today I will review an energizing and revitalizing modern, smoky, woody, and very aromatic fragrance called Sandalwood in Oak by Sandalwood. The nose behind this creation is Mackenzie Riley, who has some fantastic fragrances under her belt like Ashore, Minder for Amouage, Faraway Glamour for Avon, Macaque for Zoologies, and many more. Sandalwood has this organic, woody, smoky, and barrel-like raw signature about it, which gives its fragrances a very unique edge. And this signature is written all over this Sandalwood in Oak as well. So this is not your typical Sandalwood fragrance, rather a beautiful, sensual, spiritual, and grounding, direct woody fragrance that is smoky, but in a very refined and elegant way. Some of you might get afraid of the word smoky because it can be very overpowering or polarizing, but this one is extremely wearable and even cocooning. Mackenzie wanted to create something that was timeless in its use of high-quality sandalwood, which is such a classical note, but reinvented with modern facets that would capture the attention of contemporary fragrance lovers. As you all know, there are a lot of sandalwood fragrances on the market, and it can get really overwhelming to get your head around what to really buy, or at least what type of sandalwood fragrance to sample. What I can tell you about this one is that this is definitely not your typical Mysore or Australian sandalwood, which mostly is used in most sandalwoods out there on the market. Sandalwood in Oak is an Indian sandalwood, which is supported by some synthetic sandalwood notes as well. This sandalwood is special due to the way it is incorporated into the structure, which really allows it to shine. The pink pepper and sage help the sandalwood to feel bright and radiant, where the musk and smoked vanilla enhance the buttery and sensual side of the note. Mimosa and guaiac also add golden inflections, which feel rich and textured without overpowering the smoothness of the sandalwood. Aging the perfume in American oak barrels also brought out nuances of the wood that might otherwise be lost. This is a very wood-forward fragrance, and I think it's somewhat unusual in its structure. All right, so let's get to the accords of sandalwood in oak and see what we get. This is a very unique sandalwood. I have a lot of sandalwood fragrances in my collection, and I never smelled anything like this at all. It's very, like I said, unusual in its structure, but it's so beautiful. And again, every time I spray this, right off the bat, I get this accord, which I will get to, which I talked about it with Mackenzie Riley. I brought it up, and she's like, I don't know what you're talking about because I do not get that accord. But for some reason, I swear, every time I spray this, I get it. And I know, I mean, she told me what can create that accord, but we'll get to it. Right on top, the fragrance is very peppery, almost effervescent due to the pink pepper CO2 extraction, and a touch of greenness with that balmy incense note showing on top. However, the wood from the back comes straight up and is visible from opening top to dry down. It is quite vertical in that sense. It is a comfortable, smoky fragrance while still being extremely wearable and even delicate in some ways. Between the smoky vanilla, the guaiac, the albinum, and the natural smoky facets of the sandalwood, there is a salty mineral presence that feels very modern. There is a bit of sweetness in the back that makes the wood feels slightly caramelized, which gives this fragrance a unique touch. Now, as I talked to Mackenzie Riley regarding some of the accords in this fragrance, she also mentioned that the mimosa and iris add a feminine touch and also create this golden yellow color palette, which I could not agree more. She also mentioned that, which was really interesting, that a rose or a violet or jasmine would have felt very out of place here due to the color they would have introduced. This is so good. It's smoky and kind of delicious actually at the same time, but it's not gourmand whatsoever. But the sage comes in and out and feels sort of unexpected, which gives a playful vibe to the scent. Clary sage is a bit of a chameleon on the skin and can dance between green, iris, and ambery notes very fluidly. So regarding that initial accord that I was talking about as the samples that I got, remember when I received the samples from Sandalwood, they were just numbered and they didn't give me any notes. So when I was smelling sandalwood in oak, the first initial accord that I got, it was pistachio. I thought this fragrance definitely has some pistachio in it. So when I mentioned this to Mackenzie Riley, she wasn't sure what I was talking about. She's like, I don't get any pistachio. But she was obviously being polite. She didn't say, I don't get pistachio. But she said she guessed it could be the combination of one of the grades of cedar wood that she used, which is very nutty, mixing with heliotrope, which has that kind of a cherry almond effect to it. This could possibly read pistachio in combination with some of the sweet notes that are used in sandalwood in oak. Now, lastly, I asked Mackenzie Riley in what color she sees sandalwood in oak, and she responded she sees it as a sort of monochromatic golden color with some shades of amber, yellow, and white, and a touch of sharp green on the top from the peppercorns. All right, so let's get to the notes of sandalwood in oak and see what we got. Top notes, we have pink pepper CO2 LMR. We got clary sage absolute French LMR. We got olivine oil. In middle notes, we have guaiac wood oil. We got Moroccan mimosa absolute LMR, and we have some high quality iris. In base notes, we have Indian sandalwood LMR. We got vanilla. we have burnt sugar, and we got cashmere on. Now, if you guys would like to find out what the LMR stands for and all that stuff, again, make sure to check out my Oak in Oak review, which again, I will put the link of that at the end of this review. In that video, I will go through all the definitions of all this stuff that I just mentioned right now. All right, so let's get to the fun part of Sandalwood in Oak and talk about its performance and longevity. I have to say, when it comes to scents of wood fragrances, when it comes to their performance and longevity, they are just phenomenal. I haven't tried anything from Scents of Wood that they're literally not beast mode, or I should even say monster mode. They just perform great. They just go on for a very long time. You literally get what you pay for, and they're right up there, or even better as far as the performance goes, like Maison Francis Coeur de Dijon, which it's very famous for having very long-lasting fragrances. And this is exactly what you get with Scents of Wood. So it's a great performer, it's a head turner, it's one of those fragrances when you wear it and you walk into a room, it will grab a lot of attention. And as far as the longevity goes, it's very long lasting. On my skin, I get easily 12 hours plus on my skin. And I'm not even kidding you. When I take a shower and I come out, I can still smell it on my skin. So be careful with the trigger on this one because it's very, very powerful. So as far as the performance and longevity goes, I would definitely give it a very, very high score. Now, let's get to the projection and sillage. The same thing. It has an enormous sillage, and as far as the initial spray goes, I get easily 6 to 7 feet of projection out of this fragrance. When I spray this, literally my whole house smells like sandalwood in oak. So it does have a great projection and great sillage. So as far as the projection sillage goes, I would definitely give it a high score as well. Now, let's see how it does as far as the compliments goes. Yeah, you can have a fragrance that is very powerful and it's very pungent and it lasts for many hours, but you also want to wear something that's beautiful, that's gorgeous, and at least not just gets compliments, but you really truly enjoy it when you wear it. And this is exactly what you get with Sandalwood in Oak. Like I mentioned earlier, it has this very cocooning type of a vibe to it. It's very cozy. You can literally wear this for yourself and have a glass of wine or whatever by the fireplace and enjoy your time and enjoy the smell of this fragrance. Or you can wear this outside and get a lot of compliments. Now this one gets a lot of compliment because I tried it, and because it carries itself so easily, even when you wear a mask, people could really smell me. And I got a lot of compliments when it comes to Sandalwood in Oak. And let me tell you, right now in fall, this is the perfect time of the year for this smoky sandalwood. So as far as the compliments goes, I would definitely give it a very, very high score. Now, let's get to versatility of Sandalwood in Oak. Again, it's a very subjective topic. It's very personal, but as far as Sandalwood in Oak goes, because it has that kind of a smoky facet to it, and it has that signature American barrel vibe to it. The alcohol is aged in the barrels. It's very wood forward type of a scent. I would say it would do great for cooler temperatures, specifically for fall. Definitely winter would work as well. Again, you can definitely wear this. You can definitely wear this in summer as well. It doesn't get cloying. It has some fresh facets to it that can be pulled off. So I would say this could even be a signature scent. So as far as the versatility goes, I would definitely give it a high score because it has a personality that's very luxurious, but at the same time, it's very graceful, it's very soulful, it's very woodsy, it's very organic smelling. So I would say you can wear this just as the company Sandalwood Shirin-yoku says, which is forest bathing, you can wear this walking your dog through the forest or walking with someone through the forest. It would definitely fit with that atmosphere and environment as well. So, or you can wear this on a dating night or night out. It would definitely work. And I wanted to also mention, even though it's very unisex, this would be a fantastic, classy, smoky, powerful type of a scent for ladies as well. So don't shy away from this at all, ladies. This is a beautiful, gorgeous fall scent for the ladies. So as far as the versatility goes, I would definitely give it a high score as well. All right, so now we're going to get to the uniqueness of sandalwood in oak. Well, we're talking about a sandalwood fragrance. What is so unique about a sandalwood fragrance? Nothing really. The idea is not unique. The idea on the paper, the name of it. But when you smell it, it's an extremely unique sandalwood because of the way the alcohol is aged in the American barrels, vintage barrels. It gives it that unique edge to the fragrance, and also gives the signature scent of the sense of wood to the fragrance, and then the smokiness of the sandalwood. So as far as that goes, as far as the uniqueness goes, to me, it would definitely get a very, very high score. And with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, we get to the end of my video. That's all I have for sandalwood in oak. If you own this fragrance, please let me know in the comment section what's your take on it. And if you don't own it, I'm telling you, this one is an easy blind buy. There's nothing off-putting about this. It's extremely, extremely mass appealing. And that's it, you guys. That's all I have. Thank you so much. And hopefully I'll see you guys soon with another video. Bye.